from the basement where the past still plays out there.
Oh, I've been waiting for this for a while. You know, we've talked with other game designers, other game publishers. We have not yet had an opportunity to talk to the top honchos at Strat-O-Matic, but we will be remedying that this evening as Adam Richman, the CEO, and John Garcia, the Chief Content Officer, will be joining us. Hello, everybody. How you guys doing? Everybody good?
Good.
Ron? Good.
Yep.
Mike?
Great.
Good.
So, yeah.
And we have a special guest host, co-host for this evening. We don't have John Turnbull. He's up in upstate New York. We don't have Pesky. He's got some school responsibilities to deal with. What we do have, or who we do have, is Nolan Wysock, who you guys know from this show from a few weeks ago, who's a Strat guy, or Strat kid, a Strat teen. And we just thought it would be a great opportunity for a young person to be able to talk to Adam and talk to John about the game and about the hobby. So it looks like thanks. It looks like we're still waiting on Adam, who is having some microphone issues. So I'd like to wait, but I think, guys, what do you think? We should bring in John and then bring Adam in when he's available. All right. Well, let's do it. Joining us now, John Garcia, Chief Content Officer, and look who it is, Adam Richman, the CEO of Strat. Welcome, guys. Thanks so much for doing this.
Great to see you. Sorry to be a
us.
minute late. We had some technical difficulties here in the big house.
No, actually, you were perfect. Literally, just as I was about to announce you, there you were. It was the perfect entrance. So, you know, I've had a chance to speak with you before, Adam, but I don't think any of the other guys have. And, you know, obviously a lot of people know about the history of Strat-O-Matic who are in our hobby. But I think it's still important because Nolan probably doesn't know, right? Nolan?
No, not at all.
So there you go. So let's start with that. Let's start with your dad and just tell us sort of the genesis story of Strat-O-Matic, baseball, which was the first game.
Sure, I'd be happy to. So, wow. So my dad actually invented this game when he was 11 years old. When he was at Camp Wenatchee in Moultonborough, New Hampshire, where my son now goes. And he brought a pair of dice with him to camp, and he just kept rolling the dice and rolling the dice and rolling the dice. He was there with his old pal, Arnie Platzker, and he would have Arnie and some other friends sit with him, and he'd try out his ideas on these guys, and they all had fun. And, you know, my dad was a good athlete, but not a great athlete. So this was a way for him to really express his love of sports and also his love of numbers. And so he kept working on this game through junior high, through high school, through college. And when he graduated from college, his father, he grew up in Great Neck, New York on Long Island. His father, who was a tough dude, basically he ran an insurance company and said, Harold, you know, you're going to come and work for my insurance company. And he was like, you know, Dad, I'm going to try this for a year. And he convinced his father to loan him $5,000 to try to start this business, with the idea that if he couldn't pay him back within 12 months, he would give up on it and join his insurance business. And so my father started working on this game, which was called Strat-O-Matic Baseball. And I'll just say, you know, he came up with the name Strat-O-Matic one day when he was shoveling the snow outside of his house in Great Neck during one of the many big snowstorms in the late 1950s, early 1960s. And he was thinking about the word strategical-matical, and somehow the word Strat-O-Matic came to him, and that's how the name of the game came up. And so anyway, so this year that he was given this sort of loan from his father, he was just failing. Nothing was working with Strat-O-Matic. And then in the 11th month, things started to click. and he started to get customers. And by the end of that month, he brought my grandfather a check for $5,000.
Wow.
And started this business really full throttle.
So you said he was 11 when he first went to camp. So what year is that?
Wow. So that was in the 1940s.
I know this
like
one.
In the late 19. John is the math guy. What year was that?
36, 47, 1947.
There you
Wow.
go. Thank you, John.
Wow.
He
And
was-
what's the official sort of first publishing date of the original game?
1961.
So okay, so all those years, 14 years, I think right, it was 48. Am I doing the math right, John?
Yeah, 14 years.
Yeah.
To get it to market. Do you know about, and there's a great book which we'll talk about in a little bit that
Yeah.
goes through your dad's history and the history of the company and all that. Do you know if he had like, because you said he was rolling dice and trying stuff and getting his friends involved and trying to find this game. Was there a moment of epiphany for him, or sort of that aha moment where he said, I know what to do?
It's a great question, Mark. I mean, I think there were many of those moments. I think some of them were about the game and the gameplay, and some of them were about the branding, and some of them were about the marketing and how to sell the game. And I think, because really at the beginning, it was just my dad, and he had no formal business training. And so there was a lot of experimentation on how to market this game, how to sell it. I mean, he was doing ads in places like Boys Life and Marvel Comics and other places. And finally, like what made the difference from the marketing side is that people could send away for a brochure. And that's what started to gain traction. And, and really and I think one of the exciting things, and we'll probably talk about this later, but, with the business is that, this was a mail order business. Like this was a classic mail order business. It was, you would mail in a check, or a credit card number eventually, or you'd call in a credit card number and you'd be shipped back a product.
Right.
And really, I think one of the things that we've done in the last 15, 16 years is absolutely transition it from a mail order business to an internet media tech business, which is really what it is today.
Explain what you mean that by internet media tech business.
So, I mean, obviously with the, invention of the World Wide Web, businesses, small businesses and medium-sized businesses and large businesses have all benefited from the ability to take advantage of e-commerce. And I think, that's been an amazing thing for Strat-O-Matic, not just from a sales perspective, but also from a community building perspective. And it transformed the business really leaning into digital in terms of how we distribute, how we sell. And this year, and we're really proud of this. We were talking about this a little bit before the podcast started. We're really excited to kind of like take a step back into our past. We had, as you guys all know, we had great retail relationships in the early decades of the company with places like Herman's Sporting Goods and KB Toy and Hobby. My mother at that time worked for the company and was responsible for all of the retail relationships. And this year, really proud of the fact that we have a exclusive national retail partnership with Barnes & Noble, which is the place now to buy board games in the United States. Hands down. No one touches Barnes & Noble. I mean, they're just the best place. They've been amazing partners. We're loving working with them. And it's been really fun for us to see the game back out there in a national retail outlet and having, whole new generations of people discover it in interesting ways. And also having lapsed players come back to it, just kind of ambling into their Barnes & Noble and seeing it on the shelf and rediscovering Strat.
Will it be just baseball? Will football or the other?
So right now we're just selling baseball at Barnes & Noble, but we're selling a few different versions of it. And this is a little bit of a spoiler alert. This will be the first place we're saying this. So we sell our current edition game, and then we also sell our super popular Baseball Express game, which is kind of our little mini game, which is great for travel and great for younger kids, and that you could take really with you anywhere. And then pretty soon we're going to have a Hall of Fame version at Barnes & Noble through our official partnership with National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum. That'll be hitting Barnes and Noble shelves for the holidays, which we're really excited about.
Yeah, Barnes and Noble is a great place because you see so many of them near college campuses, which is part of why they have such a huge game selection, because younger people have found their way to board games. Again, after it's cyclical like anything else, and so Strat is a part of that environment, which is a smart move, and it also is a way. And we talk about this all the time, but it's so important. It's a way of passing down the hobby, So, your dad goes in, maybe the kid doesn't go into the bookstore, but the dad goes in, or the mom goes in, or the grandmother goes in, sees the game. Oh, Billy loves baseball. I'm going to buy him this game.
Exactly.
Next thing you know, you've got a new Strat fan, which is,
it's really true. And I think, what we've seen, especially we saw this during the pandemic when families were together for years. We saw just tons of intergenerational play and passing down the game, and lots of lapsed players coming back to the game. And it's and also just frankly with the pandemic, just a return to board games. I think there's John and I both have young kids. Mine are a little bit older. I've got a 14-year-old and a 13-year-old. John has I think a 6, a 4, and a 5.
8, 6, and 4.
8, 6, and 4. Okay, they're awesome, John's kids, we're just seeing, which we're really happy about, just nationally, there's a real sort of return to face-to-face interaction, board games, a pushback against screens, which we think, as parents, we know this is all a great thing for our kids, and Strat-O-Matic is without question one of the original STEM products. It's just a classic, amazing STEM product, and has been used in many schools to teach kids about math and probability and history and lots of different things.
Were you an avid player of the game when you were a kid?
It's a really good question. So, the game for me was food. It was for me and my sister. It was like food on the table. Dad is.
Oh, I thought you meant food was literally the game that you like to play. Feed me. Oh, I see what you mean.
2 7s of pizza.
Right, exactly. Strat-O-Matic was not something you enjoyed. It was what was actually providing the food on the table, and it was the same thing for sports. So it was like when we were growing up, it was like, Dad is watching baseball, Dad is watching football, Dad is working, so we had a very different mentality towards it, which is interesting. So it doesn't mean that I love this game. I love this company. I love my team. Starting with this guy here, John Garcia. We have a great group of people that we work with, and we worked really hard to kind of remake this team for this new day. And and we just love the brand. We love our customers. We have such a sticky, fanatical group of customers, which is frankly what makes it so much fun for us.
Yeah. Well, hey, Mike, Ron, let's see what you guys have to say.
So we won't talk about the time at 15 you went down to Lancaster and brought home Appa. Because every kid rebels,
right? The perfect way to get back at Dad.
Go down. Let's go down to Pennsylvania Dutch country.
I can't talk about that. I can't.
Rebel without a board game. So, John, how did you get involved? Well, first of all, let's start with your Genesis story. How did you get involved in the hobby and playing Strat?
So I grew up a huge baseball fan in particular, sports fan, but baseball fan in particular, and baseball was always on in my house. Right, my mom was a Mets fan, my dad was a Red Sox fan, but I used to watch baseball with my grandfather all the time too. And it was he always had the Mets game on, Yankees game on, Braves game on TBS, or listening to the radio if 2 games were on at the same time. So baseball was always a constant. And I grew up playing, and I don't know if you guys remember MLB Showdown, which came out, it's like 97, 98 or something. But
is that video?
I found that on the shelves.
That was like a card pog type.
It was a card game, yeah. But that was kind of like my introduction to baseball simulation games or something. But I found that and played that. My brother, my dad, and I, we used to have 3-person leagues. We draft teams, and eventually I kind of got frustrated with those cards. I started to try to make my own. And then one day we found a Strat-O-Matic article in Newsday on Long Island's newspaper. I grew up on Long Island. And went to the window, drove over to Glen Head, picked it up. I remember my dad asking, the game doesn't have any pictures on it. I'm like, no, that's okay. I want the game.
John, were you with him when
yeah, I remember looking into the back office trying to find Hal. Couldn't find him.
What year was that? Like 98, 99?
So the first game I bought it ended up being 2002. So I played Showdown for a few years before we found Strat-O-Matic. So that was 2002. I think it was Marcel, actually, Adam. That helped me.
Awesome. Love that.
So we bought the game, brought it back home. My brother and I immediately played. First game was a 2001 set. So it was the Giants and the Yankees. Grew up a Yankees fan. And I very distinctly remember Benito Santiago being injured in that first game. And I thought it was the greatest thing ever, how it reflected reality. Players can get hurt. They can bunt. That's the only basic game I ever played, other than trying to teach somebody. Ever since then, I played Super Advanced right away, and Strat-O-Matic was it. I did not need to make my own Showdown cards or try to make my own thing. It was Strat-O-Matic.
And for you, Strat-O-Matic's been the constant in your gaming life.
Yeah, I used to play solo leagues by myself all the time. And then eventually I created a Windows league when I went to college. I wanted to, keep on playing and find a new way to do that. So created net play leagues and, played online with other people. And then at Strat-O-Matic's 50th anniversary, this is 2011 now, I was graduating college that year and went to the event that they had in New York City, which was normally opening days in Glen Head, but that one's in New York for the 50th. And happened to meet somebody online in front of me who I mentioned, now, if only I can get a job here. I'm graduating and I would love to work at Strat-O-Matic. Just kind of talking. He happens to be friends with Adam growing up with the Richman family. He was there to just support. He gave me Adam's name. I walk in and find Adam later on in the event, talk. I was a math stat major in college. And Adam wanted to keep in touch, told me that there were no jobs available at the time, but I applied for an internship that I would not have qualified for that summer because it's for college credit only. But Adam remembered my name and found a spot for me. So that was 2011.
Yeah, I have a question for you. Was that Frank Ullman?
It was Frank Ullman, yes.
It was Frank Ullman. All roads lead back to Frank Ullman.
Wow. So you've been with the company basically since you got out of college, not knowing what the heck you were going to do, right? Fan of Strat-O-Matic, but not thinking I'm going to go work for the company. That wasn't, wasn't on your radar. You start talking to a guy who's Adam's friend. Next thing, and you've been basically with Strat-O-Matic ever since. Ever since
I took, I planned to be a teacher, and I think that Strat-O-Matic was the only thing that I would have done other than teach. So I had a 3-month break where I played basketball all summer, and then I started working in late August 2011.
So what is it about the game that makes it so special for you?
I think it's the combination of how easy it is to play and how it incorporates it. It feels like real baseball when you play it. It just every decision that you make, the players are unique. One of my favorite things is that the player cards, of course, right? Like a 3-2 roll might be a strikeout for Barry Bonds, but a home run for Luis Sojo. So that randomness in it, where not every player is the same. Not every 3-2 roll is a home run for every single player or whatever it is. But every player is unique, is really important to me. And it just feels like you're actually managing a real game, whether it's a board game or computer or Baseball Max, not 365, I guess, managing the game, but as a general manager of your team. But it feels like you're really in charge of these players and can create your own universe or replay leagues, whatever it is, however you want to play, you can do it.
Ron, your entry into the what I mean, what the game that you love is Strat basketball, PC basketball.
Yes.
You want to talk about that a little bit and why you love that so much?
I think it for me, because I don't have the animation on, but with the shot charts and so the percentage of that, to me, it is the game that feels the most like basketball. You make all the decisions, you decide what you want to do. I shut off the fatigue, so I'm in control of when to sub players and that. It is a game that I bought in college, called down to Glenn Head. Where's my game? Shut up. Okay.
You talk to Steve then.
Barton's coming up in this conversation. Absolutely, he is. And so I had played on my own back in college, maybe twice, because it was a long involved game. I think it's still in a attic at my mom's place, for goodness sakes. Wow. Put it away. Had kind of forgotten about it for years. Went looking for a YouTube video on it. Basic had been shown, and I went, no, I know what Strat does. So I bought it to do a video and immediately fell in love. I'm not a huge basketball fan. I was a college basketball fan in the 80s. We can talk about Chris Mullin in the Big East, but as far as the rest of it, and the Celtics, because if you suffered with us being a Red Sox fans, we got Celtics seasons to make up for it. But beyond that, the NBA was not something I sat there and watched for hours and hours. I think it's your company's best game. And I've heard, Adam, that your father thinks it's their best game too. Or am I wrong on that?
I was just going to say that.
He loves all of his children.
I love all of my Red Sox World Championships, but some of them, 2004, I love more than others.
He loves the basketball game. He thinks
so.
It is the best.
I wish the game got more love. So thanks for the opening here to ask the first tough question, Mark. Why aren't retro seasons being published for the basketball game on cards for cards and dice? I cannot believe that a hardwood set or a Bird Magic Jordan set wouldn't sell.
Well, let's wait a couple of months and we'll see if that changes. But yeah, you really sales for a while.
Ron's like he's like the Caitlin Collins of our group. He's not pulling any punches here.
No, it's just because, I love the game so much, and I think the fear of some people with the games that don't necessarily, because I think baseball is safe as long as they play baseball, and football's community, which we can get into later, is tremendous. Mike Kane, NFL Ed. Is it Fred Roberts?
Fred Roberts,
they do so much with that football game, and it really is so much fun to play. But it feels like the basketball and hockey, to some extent, don't get that kind of love, and I don't want to see those games go away, especially because I'm not a Knicks fan. But that I can't wait to do a game with San Antonio and the Knicks with this year's cards.
And now let's let John answer the question.
Yeah, sorry, John. Go ahead.
Got interrupted by Mike Joe.
Year I watched the most basketball because of the Knicks, but just to go back to hockey. Hockey we have every season back to 1943, 44. We just
that's great.
UHA this year, basketball. The sales of that have not necessarily shown that we should necessarily be printing full older seasons for that. And
I've tried a couple times,
but I would say let's I think we might have an announcement in a couple of months to make about basketball. But
ultimately look, you're never going to be able to make everybody happy. There's people in this hobby of all different age groups. Baseball has been, will, and always will be the number one, at least I believe, the number one kind of actually, let me rephrase it. For our generation and maybe the very next generation, baseball is hands down the number one sport people want to see on their table. There's hands down. But you look at somebody like Nolan and Ron and Mike, we talked about this on the show the discussion we did last week. You know, games like soccer have gotten huge. You know, is somebody going to make it's not going to be you guys probably, but is somebody going to make an MMA game, because that's huge. So I think there are a lot of considerations that obviously as a business, you guys have to factor in before deciding, sure, I'm going to give you the 1977 NBA season, you know? I mean, now the good thing about basketball is to card it doesn't cost as much because there's less players, I would think, but probably not enough less that it makes sense. That's my
What'd you
guess.
say about soccer?
It's getting huge.
We're very intrigued by soccer. We'll just leave it at
Yeah,
that.
I'm sure. And I think, again, that's the way to start getting the younger, you know, or one of the ways to start getting the younger generation on board. What do you think about that, Nolan? Talk about it.
Yeah, I think that would be super cool. And I think there is like a very unique shift where people aren't necessarily interested in all sorts of sports. Like if you are 8 years old, and I think this might be a cultural problem as well, where you're a good baseball player, you're never going to touch a football, you're never going to touch a basketball. You are playing baseball for 12 months out of the year. And
Yeah, we talked about that last week. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole different topic. But when you, at such a young age, immerse yourself in one sport like that, it can get really hard. And I understand and see why, you know, basketball maybe isn't necessarily as popular or whatever it may be. But so many people kind of box themselves in to one sport at such a young age now. And that's where, you know, people are going to buy one game and they're going to say, I'm a basketball fan, I'm a football fan, and they don't need to do anything else. Whereas when you guys grew up, when it was winter, it was basketball season. In the fall, it was football. And, you know, that's just a very much a cultural shift that I've seen with a lot of my peers in the last couple of years.
Well, now, does that include the sports forget the sports they're playing? Does that include the sports that they're watching? Because that's what really that's you know, sort of the corollary that we make here is that if you like watching 3 different sports, you'll buy to play, you know, a cards and dice game or a ported PC game or whatever of the sports that you like. It's just that the sports that kids like is subtly shifting to other sports.
Right. I think actually a lot of it is following just that one sport, because like a kid will be, I think we'll use basketball as an example. A kid who loves basketball is going to buy NBA 2K and they're going to watch NBA basketball, right? They have no other need to do anything else because they have infinite opportunities with the video game. And then obviously the NBA is on for 8 months out of the year, right? That they have no need to look at other sports and play other sports. And now with the way travel sports works, like kids are playing basketball competitively, not just for their school teams. They're playing in AAU tournaments from March all the way through you know, August, September, right? So they do box themselves into this one sport. But I think that is, you know, potentially somewhere where these games can be so brilliant in letting people, you know, discover other sports and like love this idea of competition at all different levels and learning about other sports.
Right.
And
You know, I would think that Keith Hernandez and Doug Glanville aside, you know, the hyper athletes, the best athletes aren't necessarily the ones that are trying to play these games. I would really kind of the frustrated athlete, you know, player like Cal. It's a, you know, good athlete, but not quite good enough to get to that next level that play these games more, I would think.
Ron, it sounded like you were about to say something.
Yeah, and to be fair, a full basketball game is over 200 dice rolls. Because in Strat, you take every shot, and even including any free throws with that. That's a long, tedious process if you're a casual fan. I think the computer makes that a lot easier because it's doing the dice rolling for you. But yeah, to get someone into playing something like that, if you're kind of on the fence at 13, 14 years old, I wouldn't have played it. It'd have been too much of a slog.
Right. So Nolan, do you have some questions that you'd like to ask John and Adam?
Yeah, I do. Ron, actually, this kind of lends into one of the questions I have, and kind of a statement that I'm curious of your guys' thoughts. I feel like now sports are consumed so much differently, where like I can go on my phone right now and watch a whole baseball game in 6 minutes, right? I can see every big strikeout, every big hit, every run scored, and that's all I need to view, right? So I think like is there a way or an idea to market these games for that big moment? Like, I think in the last 10 years, the biggest, most impactful moment in baseball was Trout versus Otani in the WBC in 2023. But nobody cares that Trout hit a ground out to the second baseman in the fourth inning of that game, right? All they want to see is that one at bat versus the two greatest players in the world.
Is there a question in there? I mean, it sounds like what you're asking is, are they looking into making highlight games?
I'm not necessarily asking that. I'm curious, like, your guys' thoughts on promoting the fact that you can see these great moments in this game, but there's a ground out to the second baseman is this worth the same out that strikeout that Trout had to end the game, right? It's one out. Like, where do you guys kind of stand on that?
I mean, John, I'm thinking, of course, about Baseball Max and the greatest moments feature that we're going to be working on.
Tell us about it, if you can.
I can't tell you that much about it, just because it's something that's coming. But we are, John. I'll let you jump in.
Yeah, what I'd say is that Baseball Max, right now it's got a lot of standard features, and I think we have a lot further to go with that, and a lot more complete, bigger draft league type features, but also more mini game type ideas that are not necessarily coming within the next 12 months, but within the next few years. We're focusing on developing that a lot further with a bunch of different game ideas.
Right. So what do you think the hobby is going to look like 10 years from now? Adam, do you have any
I'll let
thoughts?
John answer that first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Throw it to John.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to say. I think my generation that grew up with video games, and I started playing Madden at a young age, and we talked about this with the pandemic, but my generation, I think, is focusing on physical products with our kids as much as we can, right? Because we're consumed by the digital media or digital products all the time with everything else. So board games are coming back, as we talked about, but I think it's going to continue. I think very specific, these physical products will be back in a stronger way for the younger generation beyond this. So I think board games are going to be as popular as ever in the next few years, going forward. And of course, for us over the next few years, it's our board games, and then the evolution of our digital products like Baseball Max and 365, and just keep on pushing in new ideas.
So it sounds like, at least the way I'm interpreting it, you're saying that you are still and plan to remain sort of board game first.
Well, it all derives from the board games. Everything.
Right.
Like all of the ideology, all of the algorithms, all of the proprietary stuff that we've developed over these decades, all of the digital expansions are derived from the board games. So it's we are a stats first company. We will never be we'll never be focused on a graphics game, because we'll never be able to compete with Madden or
Right.
and we're not trying to. We're a different product, and I think just to add on to what John was saying, I think where things are going, I think what you're seeing in sports betting, I think that we are going to be in an interesting place to play an interesting part in that. As you look at markets in Europe where simulation sports betting is a very big market. It's like a $2 billion market. And I think that eventually simulation sports betting is going to come to the US and be legal. And I think that at that point, that market is going to be all about reliable brands in the simulation space. And of course, we're really at the top of that list.
Can you explain for those who might not know what simulation sports betting actually is?
Sure. So it's like, obviously everyone I think who's listening knows sports betting, where you're betting on games
and no simulation, but not the two.
Yeah,
combined.
and you're betting on actual games, but there's a whole market in the UK where you're betting on simulated games. It's very popular right now in the UK with horse racing, for example, that are races that are generated by a computer, by an algorithm.
Sure.
And I think eventually what's going to happen here is that if you're a baseball fan and you're out of season and you want to place a bet on some teams, you're going to say, hey, you're going to go out there onto a betting site and say, I want to recreate the
75 Reds and 98
Exactly.
Yankees or whatever.
Yeah. And I'm putting down $3,000 on this game and for the Reds.
Wow.
And who wants to play with me and what are you putting down?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's also where the market could be heading.
Whoa. Not where I was thinking of that at all.
Well, maybe you were thinking about being able to use sports simulation. I mean, guys are probably doing that now to some extent. Sports simulation as a tool for placing actual bets. So you could actually be playing, the slate of games that's going on tonight, replay them 10,000 times, and then throw your money.
I've been asked
where
that.
the sim tells you to.
I've been asked that when I've been showing off another sim. Can I do that? And the answer, no one's able to do that right now. But I do a lunchtime sims a couple days a week with another product. And would you bet on someone playing a game online? I mean, I do a poll every day. Who you got, Team A or Team B? But to actually put money on it legally, sounds kind of crazy. But I got a couple questions.
Sure, go ahead.
Is there a football max on the table?
That's a good question. No comment.
Okay.
Yeah, on that.
And we can't let a conversation about Strat-O-Matic go, or at least the questions I dare to ask, without talking about the softball champion from Long Island, Steve Barkin, who for so long on the official Strat-O-Matic board was the de facto spokesman, good, bad, or indifferent. He kind of came across as gruff, and after he unexpectedly passed away, the truth was revealed that he was just a great person. So why don't you talk about Steve and his impact? He's a Strat-O-Matic Hall of Famer, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. I mean, he was a phenomenal person, and I think, Ron, you described it accurately, that it was, it was sort of revealed that he was this sweetheart, and he was that sweetheart. It was just this sweetheart of a guy behind this really gruff, somewhat loud, at times really obnoxious exterior.
Long Island to a T. It's how I would describe him, but
he was what we would call a mensch, and knew this game, baseball, backwards and forwards, and loved Strat-O-Matic. I mean, I think, the thing about Strat-O-Matic, and this started with the first generation of people that were employed by the company, Steve Barkin being one of them, the late, great, and epic, amazing, phenomenal James Williams, who was with us for so long. They all started as people that loved the game and then started to work for the company. And the next generation of people that work for us now are similar. You have John Garcia here. He's told you his origin story. And really, everyone we have working for us is a passionate Strat player. But Steve, I mean, we think about Steve all the time. He had a huge influence on our baseball game, on developing old timer seasons, and John was his mentee. And,
I mean, he was just a wonderful mentor, and after he retired, we spoke multiple times a week, every week, I mean, he really was a really kind, great person.
Any sort of funny or interesting anecdotes about him? Something for the documentary, maybe? Can you feed us something?
a Long Island softball champion.
Oh, that's good, John. Anything as his mentee? I'm wondering, like, did he put you through the ringer?
When he walked out on his last day, he slipped out early, didn't say anything, just took off. Steve used to arrive at work at Strat-O-Matic around 6 a.m. every day, if not before then. Go get himself a egg sandwich down from not Seabreeze, the other one, the other deli, every day, and I would try to beat him into the office. One never did, could never actually beat him into the office. Yeah, I mean, I miss Steve a lot. I miss Steve quite a bit.
Wasn't he like the champion of the hockey game? I know he did a lot of work. It kind of came out that he was doing a lot of work with the retro seasons, which was tough to do.
He created the cards for hockey, for baseball. Yeah, he was the one that really pushed for the original, or did the work at least for the original retro baseball seasons.
You know, let's talk, because I love the history of this hobby, and I love what your dad did. I love what others did. The genius behind the mechanics. So how did football happen, and what year did it happen? And again, take us through that process, because that was the second game developed. How did that come about?
That was the second game. You know, I think and I'll turn this over to John in a second, but I think, you know, it really, for Hal, seeing the success of baseball and the methodology, it was like, okay, so we've hit it out of the park with baseball. How do we then move this to another sport? And the natural next sport, of course, was football. So it was just really about taking the brand and expanding it. And I think, you know, for him, it was just the logical next place to go. So John, I'm sure you have some stuff you want to add.
Came out in 1968, and I know it took a couple of years of work for that to before it became.
It's a pretty good year for it to come out, though.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure 1968 was the first season, and in the large card format. You remember the large cards,
the wide boys,
cards? Yeah. I don't know I don't remember what year they switched over. I don't know if you remember what year.
81-ish is from what I've read from the boards.
Okay.
I played the original 80s in college.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why I flunked out, but God, that was a fun set.
Well, you know, Michael, do you have anything you want to chime in on here?
Well, I met John a few months ago at D2D Con, in Connecticut. Was able to sit down and talk with him for quite a bit. And we've talked about this on the show, is getting the younger kids to roll dice and play games, board games. And you mentioned a story that I guess there was a busload of kids from them. Can you go on and talk about that, and, you know, what that experience was like? And what do you see, you know, with that going forward?
Absolutely. So that was our opening day this year. A 25 kids, bus pulls up in front around 10:30, 11 o'clock, and 25 kids from St. Anne's School in Brooklyn.
Go Brooklyn.
Huge Strat-O-Matic players. They have a Strat club here. They came off and they were so interested. They knew the game in and out. They really loved it. So they came out to opening day. It was great to meet them. They all got cards from the WSBG and us. We gave away cards to all the kids who showed up. And a couple months later, in late April, I think, or maybe May, I went to the school, St. Anne's, to their Strat Club. I spoke to the stats class first, but then actually watched them play. These kids are so fanatical about the game. The poor secretary that was in the room over with the kids yelling and screaming every home run, every base hit. But it was amazing to see. And I wish, Adam, I wish you were there and Hal was there, because it was just, it was amazing to watch these kids play this game.
And to me, that tells you everything you need to know about where this hobby can continue to go and grow. I'd be curious to know how these kids learned about Strat, but my guess is one of their teachers was a fan and said, "Hey, you kids, you like baseball? Let's start." Just like you have a chess club, he chose to start a Strat-O-Matic club. Is that correct?
Exactly. And there's a mentorship program. So do you remember the ages of the school, the grades of the school, Adam?
Yeah. So the school goes from K to 12. So it's, I think they started with like the 4th, 5th, and 6th graders playing Strat all the way up through high school, and they matched the younger kids with an older kid in high school, and
that's
the
great.
11th, 12th graders will kind of be the official for each game and make sure the play moves, and the younger kids draft their teams and play.
Which, again, it throws off or tosses out this whole idea that, well, no, they'll only play video games. They've got to have buttons in their hands. And I mean, and Nolan, you're a testament to that. You play the cards and dice version of Strat, right? That's your bread and butter.
Yeah,
right?
pretty much cards and dice only. And if you don't mind, if I add on to this, I love that.
No, go ahead.
That's brilliant that you guys have this club in school. Do you guys see yourself as a company promoting yourself more to schools? Like, I don't know how much a library is a thing in a school anymore, but putting a Strat-O-Matic game in a library or donating a game to a classroom, because from the way it sounds is that cards and dice, and I'm a psychology student, so there's a lot of research that backs that physical, writing notes with your hand, all of this stuff creates much greater neurological connection and emotional connection than a computer. So a kid rolling a home run versus clicking a button and seeing a home run is going to stick in their head so much more, and it's going to mean so much more, especially if they're playing their best friend and they beat them. That I think it's great that you guys are promoting the cards and dice game. Do you see yourself promoting more to schools and things like that?
We are. I mean, we have there are lots of Strat-O-Matic clubs all over the country at schools, and a lot of times it's generated by a teacher who played Strat-O-Matic. My kids, this is a great story about my own children who were at a school in New York City called Trinity. And my son and daughter came home one day, and they have a favorite teacher, Mr. Clancy, who's a science teacher. And they said, oh, we're doing our sort of extra club activities today, and Mr. Clancy is actually hosting a Strat-O-Matic club. And Mr. Clancy had no idea about my kid's connection to Strat-O-Matic, and because he was just a huge player. And so there's a great Strat-O-Matic club at Trinity, their school, and these clubs exist all over the country. But they usually start with a teacher that's played the game, or but we're very
which is as it should be. Which is as it should be.
We're very much marketing to educational institutions. We're also doing, there's a huge growth across the country now in educational institutions at the higher ed level, with sports management programs and baseball analytics classes.
It's great.
These are also new places that we're targeting for Strat clubs, and it's just a natural for us.
Just to continue speaking on this point, we the New York Mets had a pop-up store in the city that we had a 2-event at, actually, and where we played Strat-O-Matic, and every kid who walked in, ages 7 through Nolan's age, everyone that walked into the store, walked into the back where we're playing, sat down, tried the game. You couldn't get them up off the table.
Wow.
Parents are sitting there for half an hour while their 8-year-old just keeps on rolling dice game after game. The games like this work just as well as they ever have. It's just making them aware of it. Right. And that's why the Barnes and Noble game is such a huge push for us, and has been such a good success.
John, I posted this the other day on the board, and I know somebody said, well, Little League is very restrictive, but with the Little League World Series going on right now, would it be possible to set up a booth down there? No. I mean, because there's so many kids going through there.
It's possible, very expensive.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I was just wondering because not just the kids that are playing the games, but the spectators. I mean, they get over 100,000, whatever it is, 200,000 for the week. And if you had a little place where you had that game out there and people could come and sample it, just a thought. But like you said, it's probably...
And we as a team, we've been kind of all over this for the past couple of weeks, and it's bringing up reminders of so much of the things that we've talked about, Ron and Michael.
Mm-hmm.
So, for instance, have you given thought to developing finding a younger person who's got the right personality and energy to have a Twitch channel or a TikTok, and really go after that aspect? In terms of social media, you guys are better than any other company out there, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, you're everywhere, but to really go to that next level, you want a young, hip person, male or female, maybe it's two people playing these games, talking about these games, staying current. Is there any thought of doing something like that, and talking about things like maybe even adding things like launch angle and exit velo and
that's what I was thinking too with
all this, because the kids today, their language, and we're talking specifically about baseball right now, is different than the language that we spoke. They're not, we didn't have OPS when I was a kid. Not that OPS is such a genius stat, but it, but it didn't really exist. So I'm asking a lot, I think, in one question. But if you want,
no, it's a great question, and yeah, absolutely. I mean, like we have we're really pleased with our social media presence, but do we plan to expand more into TikTok? Absolutely. We know we have to, and we're just coming up with the right program. And it's a great thought about having a Twitch channel and finding the right person to kind of anchor that. It's a great thought.
Yeah. Are there any thoughts of doing like the World Baseball Classic teams? When we talked earlier about Ohtani facing Trout, putting that into the hands of the people, not the Dodgers and the Angels, or when they were together on the Angels, but Team USA versus Team Japan.
It's something actually that we did discuss for this past year. Part of the trouble is there's so many players from around the world that play in all these different leagues that you have to be able to normalize their stats. You can't just take their stats in the 4 games they play in the World Baseball Classic.
The sample size is so small.
Yeah. So it's something that we've talked about, that it's not out of the question that we do it in the future.
Yeah, and I think that speaks to the idea that sports is becoming more of a global thing than it was in our generation. So again, young kids in America falling in love with soccer. I mean, that's been going on for a while now. It's not just young kids. The World Baseball Classic is a big deal worldwide and getting bigger. So I think this ties into all of that stuff.
Nolan, what would you want to see?
Great question.
I mean, I love the idea of a soccer game. I myself have gotten very intrigued by soccer, and with the World Cup being in the US, I think it's amazing just how many, even of my friends who are, football diehards, live and breathe NFL football, became incredibly invested in the World Cup. And, I'm sure sports betting has something to do with that. But I think it's amazing just that kids are still interested. I feel like there might be a certain stigma around kids saying they aren't outside, they aren't playing games, they aren't doing things like that. They are. It's just finding a way to reach them and finding the right people to expand this game.
So, guys, is there anything that we haven't covered that you, Adam, or you, John, would like us to discuss a little bit, or something upcoming you want to tell us about?
Adam, what do you have? Oh, this Strat-O-Matic tournament in Las Vegas. Here we go.
Yes.
That has not happened yet, so we don't know how it went, but that will be September 5th. It begins through the 9th, and I will be there. So very excited.
John Garcia, he'll be there.
Yep.
Great.
This has been a great discussion. Thanks for having us. Thank you very
much
for having us today. I mean, I think, our company is always about the games. John and I spend a lot of time working with media partners, doing simulations, really using our proprietary algorithms, our secret sauce, our everything that we've developed over the last 6-7 decades, to really do a lot of fun things that we've done for broadcast and for digital media. And that's just been a great focus for us too, in terms of really using our database and our statistics to create content for different media outlets. And I think, you saw us really push hard on that in the pandemic, and that really kind of spun us in a great direction of terrific partnerships where we've been doing stuff for NBC Sports and the New York Times, and we've done a lot for Sports Illustrated over the years, and the list is Chicago Trib. The list just goes on and on. But that's something that we do spend a lot of time on and really enjoy doing, and we see as a big part of the company as we move forward.
Well, unless you guys have any more questions, I'll just say thank you so much for coming on. Obviously, Adam, John, you guys know that there's a documentary that we're working on. We actually shot our first footage for it about a month ago. And, we're hoping you guys will be a part of it. I mean, Strat is an integral part, obviously, of this whole universe that we all love so much. And we look forward to talking to you guys again soon.
Yeah. We enjoyed it. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Thanks for what you guys are doing to continue interest in the hobby.
Thank you. Take care, guys.
Thanks.
Okay, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thanks so much.
Bye. Good night.
Well, that was pretty phenomenal. Nice
Yes, it
work,
was.
gentlemen.
Yeah.
Very nice.
It's tough because I talked about that they'd be on, and it is, I think more so with Strat than APA, that there's no half pregnant attitude about these companies. You love them or you hate them. And so I saw that the 81 football thing came up. I wasn't going to ask him about that. But yeah, I think that's the tough thing. I think for the proof is in the pudding. They've been around for over 60 years. They're not going anywhere. And it's all these great games that are being made now by other companies, Action PC, Play. There's always going to be room at the table for Coke and Pepsi. And that's what Strat, and I'm not going to say which is which, but that's what Strat and APA are. They are Coke and Pepsi. They have enough of a fan base. They're bringing in new fans. They both have, it's very interesting. They both have very different approaches in how to get new people playing.
Very different.
Yeah.
Very different.
And one isn't necessarily right and the other isn't necessarily wrong, I think. But it's very, very different how they approach it, how they approach things.
Yeah. Going back to what you just said about, you can't be half pregnant. I think some of that, though, is...
It's better than what it was.
It is better than what it was, from what I understand, because I wasn't really active on the boards or anything like that.
25 years ago, it was Strat on one wall and APA on the other, and they shall never meet in the middle.
Right. And now the people that are still that way, that's them.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
That's just them. And, Adam's a great guy. John is certainly a great guy. I think what they're planning to do and how they're planning to do it, I found it interesting because we've all said, I remember you very specifically said this about you got to put stuff on your phone. Well, notice how they didn't mention that at all.
No, that they were able to show the game off. And kids wanted to play it. And I agreed with whoever, was it Jamie Marshall, Mike, that was talking about that? About getting it into the Little League World Series? I mean, even if it's not officially on site, have it, there's got to be food courts and stuff around. Get it in front of them. And they're right. And we talked about this a little bit last week, that not everyone wants to be attached to a screen 24/7.
Right.
Yeah. And Nolan, I think you brought up a great point about making neurological connections. And, we don't really talk enough about, it seems like when we have these conversations, we talk about how do we get, the Gen Zers, but we're talking about the Gen Zers who are Nolan's age, we haven't really talked about those 9, 10, 11-year-olds. And that's when I started. I didn't know what the hell I was doing at first, but eventually I did, and I got really good at it. And by 14, yes, it was my golden era. It's the term that you like to use, Ron. It's my golden year for sports memories and sports love and all that.
Right.
But my interest in the hobby started way before that. I mean, I was playing APA and Strat. I played Strat. I learned Strat in camp. Some kid had it in camp. And what I really thought was cool about Strat back then was the split cards. That was a really cool thing that you could, not only did you get to roll dice, but you got to, pick a lottery number. That was really, really, really fun. And, Strat, has its things and APA has its things. And, but starting young is really a great idea.
The basic game is not difficult to learn.
No, that's what we played. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Nolan, do you play any other Strat products besides baseball?
I have the football game. I've played it a couple times, but I only have I think there's only 2 teams with it. So I have it, but I haven't played it a ton. But
are you a hockey guy?
I enjoyed it.
Because the way you live, are you a hockey guy?
I do like hockey. I never played it. But I actually don't even know how to skate. I've never put on a pair of skates in my life.
No, I meant by picking up Strat's hockey game.
Neither have I. There's 3 of us.
I've not played their hockey game yet, no. But I've heard, obviously, Ron, I've heard you say the basketball game is great and the hockey game.
The basketball game is great. The hockey game, I think, plays quite well solitaire.
Yeah. I mean, if I wasn't a broke college student all the time, I would have every single game that ever came out with every season, right?
Yeah.
Well, maybe for Christmas we'll all, pool our resources, and
we know you want that 43-44 hockey season.
Oh yeah. You know what? I wouldn't even be opposed. They probably weren't wearing helmets. They were wearing skates made out of cow bone or something.
Helmets?
Like that.
Are you kidding me?
What they were doing.
The goalies didn't even wear masks until the 60s.
Right.
Yeah. Required to have a cigarette in your mouth while you're on the ice.
Yes, and they were allowed to club each other over the head. And all it led to was a fight and maybe a penalty.
I think until 40 or 41, if a goalie fell to the ice, it was a penalty. The goalie had to stay on his feet.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
That's wild.
That's crazy.
So,
all right, well, hey,
try them out.
I'm going to go ahead and take my break just so everybody knows when I come back, and Ron's going to get it all set up. We're going to be playing some Strat PC Baseball. Nolan, because we said last week that we wanted to start getting a little bit more contemporary. So you can't get much more contemporary than last year's World Series, the Game 7, which will go down in history as one of the greatest Game 7s of all time. And Nolan will be taking you're taking the Dodgers. We'll be taking the 25 Dodgers. Me and Canisteri will switch innings or something, and we're going to play with the Toronto Blue Jays.
Here's my helpful hint. If you got the chance to score the winning run in the bottom of the 9th, slide to score that run.
Right. All right, I'm going to take my break. I'll be right back.
It's funny how you got the pitchers set up. Got the oldest here and then the youngest here. Believe it or not, half a century between the 2 of us.
And that's the great thing about these games is that, of course, you do, Michael, what are you in 5 fantasy leagues? You're probably more involved with today's baseball than most people.
I am, and just as you mentioned that, I got to tell you something. I mean, in 3 of the main leagues that I'm in, they're all 180 game schedules. We just finished the first round of playoffs. I had buys in all 3 leagues because I won my division, and now I'm starting. Out of 540 games,
to the stadium for today's ball game.
I won 420.
Hold on.
So in three leagues, I went 420 and 120.
Wow.
And now I'm in the playoffs. Thank God our payoffs favor the regular season. So I've made quite a bit of money winning my division because, as you know, the playoffs, anything can happen. And although yesterday was our first day and I won all my games. So
congratulations.
Hopefully,
nice.
They're all keeper leagues. I mean, I could down. Our leagues, we actually can draft high school players if you want. The commissioner of 2 of our leagues, he's 80 years old now.
Oh, yes.
He was one of the top American Legion baseball coaches in the state of Connecticut. His teams went to the World Series. I don't know how many times. I know a lot of the guys that played for his teams. They're in the leagues. I remember they went to Puerto Rico for the American Legion World Series, and they went up against a team of Pudge Rodriguez and Juan Gonzalez on the same team, and they got slaughtered.
I would think
I
so.
believe it.
Yeah, but Jim actually turned out after he did that, he was also a scout for the Milwaukee Brewers in the New England area, and I remember, how many years ago it was when he was in high school, but he drafted Bryce Harper, and the other 17 guys in the room go, Bryce Harper, who the heck is that? And he goes, trust me, you're going to know who Bryce Harper is. That's the running joke now every year at draft, because he'll start out and he goes, anybody in here remember who drafted Bryce Harper and predicted where he would be? And we're like, yes,
And
Jim,
they have
it was you.
They have a pronoun and a noun for you, all right?
Yeah. But the three leagues are very competitive. I have there was a guy whose father played in the major leagues and managed in the major leagues.
Oh, really?
Billy Gardner.
Oh, okay.
Billy Gardner went to high school with my father, and Billy Gardner grew up in Waterford, Connecticut, the same town that I grew up in, and it's and we've got some guys that went all the way into AAA ball. We had two fathers whose kids used to come to our drafts and made the major leagues. One was Andrew Kerrigan. He was a closer for North Carolina, went on to pitch briefly with the Oakland A's and then blew his arm out. And the other kid was Campbell, and he played briefly with the Mets. And Campbell and Kerrigan played on the same high school team and both made it to the majors. Connecticut is interesting for baseball. We have a high school just down the road from us who had two pitchers in the major leagues. You might know one of them, Matt Harvey, and the other pitcher is Jesse Hahn, who I believe is still in the majors. Harvey is, I don't know where he is, out in Japan somewhere or chasing women somewhere. But
that was when he fell off a cliff. He fell off a cliff. You know, the interesting thing about Connecticut.
Should I wait on this or should I bring this up?
Just hold on 1 second,
Okay.
but it's all there and it's all set up.
Okay.
Is that the weather's warm enough that you can actually have a full season. You don't have that here in northern New England. The snow doesn't really melt until the 1st of May.
Right.
And with graduations, you're playing the playoffs here in town, the state championships the first week of June. So it's only a 6-week season. We do Legion Ball and all of that, but we just can't develop. I mean, we have a couple of futures leagues up here. In fact, when the New York Penn League was shut down by Major League Baseball, that turned into a futures league. And one of the local kids, local being Vermont, was a 2nd-round draft pick this year, the Braves.
Wow.
And if Dobreski was here, he would talk about how Will actually followed that. So it's actually the collapse of the New York Penn League was a disaster and a godsend kind of at the same time, because it turned the focus into the developing kids as opposed to short season A ball. The last couple of years we were with Oakland and no one cared.
Actually,
I feel like I showed up to a party late and I have no idea.
But we got talking about whether Nolan was fantasy baseball.
I gotcha.
And then it kind of shifted. So let me get the game up so I can see it.
And before we actually play the game, Ron, if you want to take us through that World Series a little bit and tell us what happened. I know for me, I kept going to sleep and I would wake up the next morning and I would just read these incredible stories about it. And I would be like, Maria, babe, I freaking missed it again.
I got to tell you, I listened on my satellite radio to it, and I listened to the Blue Jays feed, which was Dan Schulman's kid, Ben.
Yeah.
And I forget who did the color.
You liked that a lot, as I remember, right? I
really enjoyed it. I mean, the Dodgers crew is pretty good too, but I really enjoyed listening to Ben. He was kind of almost like a Kenny Albert. And it was so intense. And Toronto was kind of the Cinderella team.
Right.
And everyone loves to hate the Dodgers.
Yeah.
And so
second only to the Yankees.
I think now they're even more hated from the Yankees because the Yankees haven't been all that successful in October.
Right.
So you get Cinderella versus Goliath here, and it goes to game 7. Now, Toronto's Achilles heel is their bullpen, which in modern baseball is bullpens come into it. I think Scherzer can go 5 today, and Ohtani can go 4 before fatigue becomes an issue. Although, as I'm looking at Scherzer's card, no, there are some. Yep, there's a point of weakness on a 5-7. That bullpens are in there. I mean, Toronto started a kid in game 1, Savage, who might pitch tonight.
I'm going to get him to bring it up so people know what we're playing. Is that okay?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, go ahead now. Who started his year in short season 8 ball in Dundee and pitched at every level. And is the game 1 starter in the World Series. I mean, if that isn't anything, like out of any baseball movie you've ever seen, and he pitched well. He struck out Shohei Ohtani in his World Series debut. So I forget this exact sequence of games. All the games were competitive. All the games were quite good. We get to game 7. Toronto has a 2-run lead late. They get the bullpen in there, and the Dodgers chip away. Solo homer, solo homer, solo homer. We go to the 9th. Toronto has the bases loaded. We're in Toronto. There's 50,000 screaming people, and it's Isaac 3 name is on the 3rd. It's a fly ball to center or a fly ball to the outfield. It needs to be a perfect throw to get him, and they got him, but the runner didn't slide. He tried to score standing up, and if he slid, he might have been that split second faster. The Dodgers win the game in 11 innings, and Toronto, Nolan, I think, had the winning run on base in the 11th inning. I mean, it was just, we always finish a modern season going, wasn't this the greatest thing ever? And then 5 years from now, we forget about it.
Right.
This World Series will be talked about forever. It really was that good.
Yeah. So D. Scott Howard says, I thought everybody loves my Dodgers. He stands corrected.
I love his Dodgers of the 60s and 70s and 80s.
Right. And Vince Scully's were really who we loved.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. And so let's do the lineup for you for the Dodgers. It'll be Shohei Ohtani as the pitcher leading off as the DH. I hope that rule is in there because it's listed him as a pitcher. Will Smith batting second behind the plate. Freddie Freeman, who has got a ticket to Cooperstown Punch 5 years after he retires, is at first, batting third. Mookie Betts, who still is breaking the hearts of Red Sox Nation, cleans up at short. Mac Muncy is at third. He'll bat fifth. Tescao Hernandez in right will bat fifth. Edmund, who I forget his first name, is in center field, will go seventh. Kike Hernandez is in left field batting eighth, and Rojas at second will bat ninth for your Dodgers. There's my Vince Scully doing the Dodgers.
Let's do it.
All right.
You want to call the defense for the
Yep, defensively for the Jays, it's Luke's in left. He is a 2, which is good in Strat, 1 being the best.
Do the Vince Scully thing. That's perfect.
So Luke's in left field. He's a 2 in left, 1 being great, 5 being horrible. He is a -2 arm, which is very, very good. Dalton Varsho, his father Gary played for the Cubs, is a 1 in center field. That's Gold Glove quality with a -1 arm. Barger in right is a 4. That's not very good, but look at his arm. It is -5. You know who else who had -5 arms? Roberto Clemente and Dwight Evans.
Dwight Evans, yeah.
And Dave Parker.
Parker.
That is a perfect arm.
Probably Dave Winfield too, maybe, right?
He might have in San Diego. I'm not sure about New York.
No, earlier, yeah.
Yeah. Clement at third is a 1. That E rating is the amount of errors a player would get over the course of 162 games. And so 10 is very good at third. Butch Hobson in 1978 had an E rating of 54. I'm not making that up. That's a C rating. Dante Bichette. Let me show my age there, Nolan. Bo Bichette, the much maligned shortstop, really was at second base in this game, but he wasn't ready to play there, and so he gets a call at short. He is a 4, but doesn't make a lot of errors. He's an E16. Jimenez, a Gold Glover. You can't get much better at second than a 1 and an E4. He's going to make everything hit to him. And Vladdy Guerrero Jr., not a bad first baseman. He's a 2 with an E11. No one's going to confuse him with his bench coach, Tom Mattingly, defensively, but ball do go far. Captain Kirk behind the plate. Alejandro is a 1 and an E1. That's perfect. And a -2, that's his arm. So any Dodger wanting to steal is going to have a hard time running on Kirk. The ageless, immaculate Max Scherzer, he's a 3 with a +2, and that's his hold rating. And his point of weakness rating is a 5, which means that he can go 5 innings without fatigue coming in. And there you go.
Let's do it. You're up, Wysock. Wysocky.
All right, let's do this. 3-8.
Ooh, go on the batter's card. And that will be, it's a long drive. Roll the 20.
16.
Fly ball. It's caught. It is high. It is far. And Ohtani flies out to Barger in right field.
You know, I myself am not a huge fan of the Dodgers, but there's something about the guys on this team that for some reason make me like not hate them. Like I love Ohtani.
It's not a team of people you can hate.
That's
Freeman, Freddie Freeman plays the game, you know, hard. He plays the game
I love
right.
Freddie
Mookie
Freeman.
Betts, it's tough to hate him.
That's true.
Got a 3-10.
Base hit.
And it's going to be a single. And for you, we put the animation on.
For me?
For the audience, because I don't usually play with it. So here's Freddie Freeman, 295, 24 homers, 90 RBI. Smith, if you want to think about it, 65%, and he's not being held on. But again, he's got to make the jump, as you know.
Yep. All right, we'll swing away 1-5.
That's a lot.
All right, Scherzer, come on, settle down. Settle down.
Mookie Betts, 258, 20 homers, 82 RBI.
All right, here we go. 6-12.
Ooh, X play. Ground ball to first. Vladdy. Mark, roll a 20.
4.
Mike, roll 3d6.
3-12.
15. Gonna be an error.
Oh, no. 15.
Oh, no.
Might be a single in error. Ground ball to first, and it rolls up past him. They'll number up the bag. Gets past Guerrero. Runners on the corners for Max Muncy.
Still 1 out, right?
Yeah, 1 out in a scoreless game.
Infield deep.
Yep.
All right, here we go. 1-7.
Ooh. Oof. Oh. Roll a 20.
15.
Line drive caught.
All right, we needed that.
No double play. Who's it going to be to? Right to Jimenez. Teoscar Hernandez is up.
All right, we got to score here. Loaded bases. Here we go.
Now, the clutch rating is there. So 1-5 turns it out into a 2-run single.
I got a 5-9.
That's enough about your height. Struck him out. Got out of it clean. Wow. How about that?
All right. Nice job, Scherzer. I'll do first inning, Mike.
All right. So Springer, 309, 32 homers, 84 RBI.
2-8.
We probably should do the lineups. 2-8 for Springer. Jerry Springer, ground ball to second, 1 out.
Oh, yeah. You want to do the lineups, Ron? Sorry.
I won't do them as Vinny. I'll just do them. Springer is the DH for Toronto. Luke will bat second and left. He's at the plate. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at first will go third. Bo Bichette at short will clean up. Remember, he's not rated to play second in the regular edition.
And just
Barger,
so people know, he is rated in their World Series edition,
right?
Just not in this.
But I did not install that roster.
Right.
Because I didn't think it would be an issue. Barger in right will bat fifth. Alejandro Kirk behind the plate will go sixth. Dalton Varsho in center batting seventh. Clement at third goes eighth. And Jimenez, who played short in this game, is at second batting ninth. Toscano Hernandez a 3 and a -1 in left. Edmund a 3 and a 0 in center. And Kike Hernandez, I guess he's no longer Kike, 4 and a -1 in right. So not a great defensive outfield for the Dodgers. Muncy a 4 at third. That's not good. Betts a 2 at short. Rojas a 2 at second. Freddie Freeman a 3 at first. Smith a 3 behind. Not a good defensive team for the Dodgers at all.
No.
And Otani a -2 with a 2. So Luke's is up.
One away. 2-5. And
that is a single to left.
All right, base hit. Dun, 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 dun.
So no hitter for Otani. Luke's not going to steal. Guerrero, 23 homers, 84 RBI.
610.
On Otani's cards, roll a 20, Mike.
I don't have a 20 in front.
I got it.
Go ahead.
Okay, roll a 20, Mark.
10.
1 to 3 is what you wanted. Ballpark line out. So when you're seeing on that screen the yellow things on the right there, like a 110 on Bichette's card, that is the ballpark figures. And it's so the weather, it's an average night. So a single, this is a tough place to get a hit. It's 1 to 3 for lefties and righties, but a home run, 1 to 5 for lefties on a home run roll, but 1 to 11 for righties here at Rogers Center.
All right.
Go
2
Bichette.
down, and here's Bichette. 610. It's the same thing I rolled before.
Same thing as you rolled before, so roll a 20.
I got it.
I got it.
11.
9. Well, we'll use his. 11.
It needed to be 1 to 3 anyway, and so
Right.
it's a line out. And so no score. We've played 1 here at Rogers. No score.
All right, it's a good start.
World's worst
Otani
gamer.
didn't get hurt, so.
World's worst gamer is calling the Sky Dome Sky Dumb. Come on, man. Aim higher. Aim higher. Aim higher.
Tommy Edman.
1-6.
Ground ball to pitcher. 1 out. Here's Enrique Hernandez. 203, 10 homers, and 35 RBI. No.
6-8.
As soon as the mouse cooperates, it will be a fly ball to Varsho. Even Gary could have made that catch. 2 out.
Varsha's actually from Wisconsin, so
Is he?
that's pretty cool. Yeah, his uncle is a hitting coach at the facility that I worked out at.
Oh,
when I
that's
went
cool.
Oh, wow.
Miguel Rojas. 2 out. Top 2.
there. 2-3.
Line out.
Line up to second. Jimenez is there. Makes the catch, and that'll do. All right, Canestrari, bottom
You're
2
up.
to score.
All
Barger.
right, here we go.
243. 2-8 for Addison Barger. Oh, that's a double.
All right.
Double to the left as soon as I hit the right button. In the gap down the line, Hernandez can't get there. Got to go fish it out. And Barger is on second for Alejandro Kirk. I loved him, and he had a great World Series.
Yeah.
He's a spark plug.
I kept reading about it.
5'11".
That's enough about your height. Fly ball left field. Nolan, roll 20.
15.
He might make the catch now. Roll 3. This is going to be dicey.
9.
Makes the catch. Oh, there's some serious errors on that card. I don't think Barger's going to go because that would be a fly ball B. So, he does have a chance on a 1 to 9. What are you doing?
You're holding.
We'll hold.
You're definitely holding.
Yes.
So 1 out for Varsho. 20 home run hitter.
6'6".
Goodbye.
Is it? Sit down. You struck out. Ohtani got him with a changeup. 2 out. First strikeout for Ohtani. Here's Ernie Clement. 277, 9 homers, 50 RBI.
4-5.
4-5 is going to be a ground ball to Muncy, and that will do. So Barger doesn't even get off second base after 2. No score. A couple times tonight I've went to hit F11, which is my ball roller hotkey. Ohtani's 0 for 1.
4-11.
4-11 is a fly ball to Barger. Mark, roll a 20.
3.
Uh-oh. That's a double. Mike, roll 3 dice.
That would be a 14.
And a 2-base error. He's going to get a double, and he's going to score.
A Little League World Series. A home run.
Barger bobbles it. Ohtani around second. He's going to score.
Wow.
Are you kidding me? The throw gets away. It's a double and an error, and it's 1-0 Dodgers.
That
So
reminds
much for
me.
that -5 arm.
Yeah, the -5 arm doesn't do any good when you're a 4. And an E10.
That reminds me. It's the 50th anniversary of Bad News Bears.
Is it?
So it's playing at theaters kind of around the country. I didn't have a chance to get to a theater to see it, so I watched it again yesterday. Actually, that's such a great movie. And I was maybe a year younger, but basically the same age as those kids.
Yes.
So when that movie came out, that was like a dream, and it's so dark. I don't know if you've seen it long. When you see it as a kid, you're not going to pick up on the darkness.
I'd have to watch it again because they let me watch it 6-7 years old. Whenever it was on TV, they'd let me watch it.
There's some language and things that maybe some kid might not be, but it's
Don't think
not
my mother
that.
cared about that.
Right. It's the darkness of the relationships.
Right.
I mean, Walter Matthau's character,
Buttermaker or whatever.
Yeah. He's a pretty fucked up guy, and he says some pretty terrible things to Tatum O'Neal. That are really like, whoa, but really well acted. I mean, the kids were great in it. Just such a great.
All you need to know about Tatum O'Neal was that she was the bad guy in her marriage to John McEnroe.
She had her issues, but I'll tell you, as an actress when she was young,
as a kid, she was great,
really good. She's really, really good in Bad News Bears. All right, that was my movie review for.
Thank you. Here's
for
Will
the
Smith.
Commercial break.
We got a 3-6.
And that's going to be a single. Nobody on, so.
All right, we're warming up the bullpen.
Yeah, it's a game 7. You get everybody, so.
And you can pick pictures for us, Ron, okay? Since you can see them all.
All right. Freddie Freeman walked his first time up.
2-7.
That might be good. Yeah, it's a single, and Smith is on his way to third.
Yep.
Bye-bye, Scherzer. Get him out.
All right, you done with Scherzer?
Welcome. Get him out.
Oh, my goodness.
I never liked him anyways.
Oh, wow, Savage isn't even listed here. Must be didn't pitch enough innings to get put on the card. It is.
I say you just pick it.
It's righty, lefty, righty.
You're the pitching coach, Ron. You make the decision.
Oh, goodness. We'll go with Braden Fisher. Because that was the first one I clicked on. And as you can see, 7-0 with the 2.70 ERA, 50 innings, 32 hits.
All right, so runners on first and third, nobody out still. 1-0 Dodgers.
For Mookie Betts.
And we'll play back.
Can I change that? Let me see what I can. Oh, position defense.
Oh, is it set for in?
It will automatically do that, and if you want to change that, then we
Yeah.
can. It was set for
Yeah.
him. If you want to play back, then I can do that. I know how to do that now. Okay.
Yeah, I would play for double play and give up the run if we have to.
All right. Mookie Betts.
5-3.
You got the good roll, I think. Ground ball to the mound. Fish is a 4. So I need a D20. There will not be an error.
18.
Going to be okay, and well, let's go 6. It will be a ground ball to the mound. They throw to second for 1, and they don't turn it.
And the run scores?
The run scores.
Oh, okay.
Because you play the infield back, not in.
Yeah, you're right.
Mookie has a 95% chance if he can get the jump with 1 out.
See, 1 out, so I'll hit here.
You're going to, okay.
Yep.
Muncie.
6-7.
Walked him.
Oof. Ball 4, first and second for Hernandez.
1 out.
All set up on the Barger misplay on the Ohtani double.
Yep.
5-9.
Sit down.
There you go. The people all said, sit down, sit down. You struck, you're out. 2 out for Edmund. 0 for 1. Grounded out to Scherzer.
5-6.
That will be struck him out. Well, they gave up the run, but it wasn't really on him. And
Give up 2 runs.
No, the run was on Scherzer.
Right.
So the run came because you played back and they couldn't turn it. 2 runs for the Dodgers. Bottom 3, 2-0 LA.
All right, who we got? Here we go. 4-6.
4-6 is a strikeout. George Springer is at the plate. Hold on, it's got to catch up. He grounded out to second his first time up.
You ready for me?
Yep.
1-4. Walked him.
Yep. A leadoff walk for Springer, who does have speed. He had 18 stolen bases.
Well, no, there's 1 out.
1 out, yeah.
Yeah, 1 out. There's a 70% chance if you want to take the jump. If you want to try.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so 14. This is no roll. The computer will do it. You can't get thrown out trying. It's a 14% chance to get the lead. And he's going to go. So Nolan, roll a 20. If you're going to make a throw, you're going to
I got a 17.
Got him.
Got him. Oh, brutal.
He overslid the bag, and he is out.
Playing out deep when I should be playing in, stealing when I should be staying. All right.
That's right. Yeah,
I'd have done that with a 70% too.
Yeah.
I would.
And also, I think with the Dodgers, I mean, you're going to need to you're going to need to be aggressive. I think.
Yep. Luke's single his first time off of Ohtani.
3-3.
And he will ground out to first, and that's the inning.
All right, we go to the top of the 4th. 2-0 Dodgers. Here in Game 7.
Kike, 0 for 1. He flew out to center his first time up.
All right, here we go. 1-4.
Ground ball to Fisher over to first, 1 out. Rojas, who lined out to second his first time up.
Alrighty, he got a 1-6.
Always easy when you only have to hit 1 button. Ground ball to Bichette. Bo throws to first, 2 out.
All right, come on.
And so here's Ohtani. He flew out and then changed the whole series with that double and throwing error by Barger.
5-8.
Ground ball to second. Going to need a 20.
16.
All right, now the 3D6.
17.
Oh, another error. You got
Oh,
an error
come
on
on.
a 3, a 17, and an 18.
All right, you're not rolling 3 dice anymore forever.
Jimenez boots it. Oh my goodness. That's the 3rd error of the game for Toronto. Now,
God, are you a shitty error roller?
They have more errors than hits.
Ohtani has a 90% chance if he can get the jump.
I would like to try for the jump.
28% chance. Ohtani goes. We're going to throw. We're going to let him have it.
We'll throw.
Roll a 20.
10.
He's safe. There's been an error on a 1 to 3.
See, I didn't get an error that time.
See,
Right.
There you go. All right.
Who's up?
Will Smith, who was single twice. Let me know how much longer you want to leave Fisher in for it.
Oh, yeah, it's good. Whoa, yeah, it's a good question.
He's still has not hit his point of weakness, and that's a hell of a card.
What's the split? Was it righty or?
It's righty.
Keep him in one more batter.
I would think that's that's a pretty healthy card.
All right.
6-6.
And that will be.
That's not good.
I need a 20 roll.
I got it. 19.
That's a line out.
Yep.
And that will do it. Dodgers failed to score. Bottom 4, 2-0 Dodgers. Ohtani in his last full strength inning, although the computer will tell you when he reaches his point of weakness.
You're up, Canistrari.
Yeah.
Vladdy lined out to Mookie his first time up.
4-6.
4-6 is a strikeout.
Got him.
3rd tonight for Ohtani.
All right.
Bo Bichette lined out to Mookie his first time up.
4-12.
Ooh, whacked him. So 1 on, 1 out for Barger, who had that double.
See if he can make up for that error.
I would think so. I would hope so.
3-6.
Nope, he did not. Ground ball to Freeman, who gets the force at second. And I forgot to turn off the play-by-play. Kurt flew out to Hernandez his first time up.
And that's going to be a 4-9.
And that will be roll a 20, Nolan. Roll a 20.
Come on, let's go. Deep.
12.
Double.
Oh.
Will can Barger try and score? It's to center, so it's Edmund in that 0 arm.
Oh, he should be able to come in.
2
outs.
1 to 13.
Who's up?
It'll be Varsho is coming up behind him. There's 2 out.
It's your call, Mike. It's your inning.
We're going to go for it. You said be aggressive.
All right.
1 to 13. You're going to throw for him, or you're going to try to hold the runner from moving up a bag, Nolan?
I'm going to throw for him.
15.
Well, it should be Nolan's roll.
It's Nolan's roll.
Oh, okay.
We send in the trailing runner or no?
What's the percentages?
1 to 3.
Then no.
Nolan, roll it. Play
16.
the plate.
What'd you get?
Got him.
16.
The kid's just making up numbers.
I'm feeling. Hey, you guys beat me last time, so this feels pretty good. A 2-0 lead feels pretty good with.
All right,
with
it's
this
good.
shit stuff.
Fifth in game 7. It's Goliath 2, Cinderella nothing. You want to keep Fisher or no?
You decide, Ron. You're the pitching guy.
I'm going to bring in Glossman, who was their ace starter, a 3.59. So he's going to be able to pitch maybe 1 or 2 innings at most. But it's a game 7.
Yep.
And I don't want to bring in Hoffman because he's Todd Jones.
Hoffman's awful.
Oh, he's terrible. He's the Bob. I was told during that World Series he was Toronto's Bob Stanley. So Gosman coming in, he could probably go 2, 10 and 11, 3, 5, 9, 193 innings, 155 hits, and 189 strikeouts. But he's not rated as a reliever. But all hands on deck in a Game 7. Freddie Freeman is walked and singled.
1-6.
Freddie Freeman, roll a 20.
I got it. A 1.
Singles.
Yep.
It was a 1 or a 2.
Yep. That's why I said a 1. Otherwise, I would have said 7.
All right. Here's Mookie. He is reached on an error and was forced out off of Fisher and drove in that second Dodger run.
5-7.
That will be a strikeout. Gosman got him. 1 out for Max Muncy.
Muncy, we got a 5-8.
Got it.
That is a strikeout. 2 up, 2 down. Good morning, good afternoon.
Yeah,
and
Gosman's 5 column is pretty good.
Yeah. It's even better against righties. Unless you get that 5-11. All right. Hernandez struck out twice on 2 different pitchers.
Hernandez with a 3-8.
And that will be a fly ball to Varsho. And Gosman gets through the 5th. Halfway
All right, here we
home,
go.
2-0.
Here we go.
How long are you going with Ohtani?
Is he still
He's not.
good?
His point of weakness is he can get it in this inning. He hasn't reached it.
Okay, well, I'll rock with him until he gets it.
Okay. Varsho struck out his first time up.
6-6.
And Varsho will strike out his second time up.
Come on, boys. Come on.
4 for Ohtani. Here's Clement. Grounded out the third his first time up.
4-11.
Don't want to be rolling on Ohtani's. Oh, wait a minute. Roll a 20. This would be a home run, but he's a weak, so it turns into a single 2 bases. So on a 6, you said?
Yep.
That's a single. So the tying run, Emily, is at the plate. And Jimenez, who's 0 for 1.
Four, 5. Oh, that's not good.
Struck him out.
Wow. What's he got? 5 or 6 strikeouts now already?
That is 5. But he struck out 62 and 47 innings.
Right.
Here's George Springer. He's grounded out the second walked.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Base hit coming. 5-10.
Ground ball to short, roll a 20.
Oh no, I got a 1.
That's a single. Now let's get the complete meltdown and roll the 3d6.
A 7.
Single. Runner to second. So first and second, 2 out, and Ohtani is tired. For Nathan Lukes. We pulling Ohtani?
Yeah. Is Luke's is a lefty. I got the baseball reference. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let's go with.
Unfortunately, Yamamoto won't be able to do what he didn't because he'll hit his point of weakness. He's not rated as a reliever.
All right.
And again, in the World Series set, he probably was.
He probably right because he threw 4 to third in Game 7. He was magnificent, absolutely magnificent.
I will go with.
But you could go with him. He can probably go 2.
Let's go with Jack Dreyer.
Dreyer rated for 1 inning, 3 and 2, a 2.95, a swing man. Oh, he must have been an opener. He started 5 games and has a starting endurance of 1. Purists have exploded. Their brains have just exploded with that. It'll be Luke's is 1 for 2.
All right, we all set?
Yep.
1-3, a walk.
That's a walk. The bases are loaded for Vladimir Guerrero.
Come on, Vladdy. Here we go.
Vladdy, by the way, loses on a 1-3. That's his clutch at bat. Don't roll that. That one column is tremendous.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it hard. 1-5.
Single. Clement scores. Springer scores.
All right.
We're tied up.
Hung about to dry.
Here's Bo Bichette. He lined out to short and walked.
Two 6.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Fly ball, right field. Hernandez can't get there. Lukes will score. Guerrero, he's got my speed. 1-11. You're going to hold him, right?
At second, you mean, right? It's a double, isn't it?
It's a double, but you can score. The runner from first can try to score. Luke scores.
Oh, Luke scores. Yeah, no, we're not going to try to score. No.
Dryer's tired.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna pull him.
All right.
Oh
no, wrong team, Ron. All right, you tell me who you want.
Blue Jays up 3-2.
What a turn of events!
Let's see. I have starting pitchers available.
You can use anybody that's there. Yep.
All right, I will go with Snell.
Blake Snell. 2.35 ERA. Again, he can probably go 2 innings. Larger, 1 for 2 with the double.
All right, here we go. What's that 2 column?
Yeah, you want that 2 column. Avoid the 1 like the plague.
Got it. 2-6.
Oh. Ground ball to short.
Yeah, it's the one bad one.
Got out of it.
And so Snell shaking his head. Jays get 3. 3-2 after 5. This is just like the real World Series.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Tommy Edman grounded out.
I haven't played Strat in a while. I forget this is actually a really fun game.
It really is. So Gausman's good. I'll let you know when he becomes tired.
Okay.
All right, and then we got a 1-7.
Struck him out.
That is no good.
Enrique, who was 0 for 2, flew out and grunted out.
6-9.
Uh-oh, roll a 20.
I got it. Oh, not good. A 3.
Double.
All right.
TK with a double. In the gap, Luke's and Varsho running. Can't get there. For Miguel Rojas, who is 0 for 2.
How's Gausman looking?
Gausman is still good.
All right.
All right. Rojas was the hero in real life. So let's see. Yep. 5-9.
Uh-oh. Roll a 20.
No. Oh, gosh.
Roll a 20.
16.
Double.
Scores the
tie
run.
Game. Playoff baseball is such a wild animal, isn't it? 3-3 the score. Gausman is still not tired. Ohtani is 1 for 3 with a double and reached on an error in the 4th.
All right, 6-11.
Struck him out.
All right. All right, Canistrari.
2 outs.
It's only 2 outs.
2 out.
I thought it was 3.
Nope. Will Smith, who loses a hit on a 3-12. Well, 1 and a 3 is what you don't want if you're a Blue Jay fan.
I have a 5-5.
Struck him out.
All right, got one back though.
We go to the bottom of the 6 and a 5 and a 3-3 tie. So Snell is still good.
Look who's with us, Pesky. Hey, Pesky. You missed a great time with Adam and John from Strat.
Kirk has
Here we
flown out and doubled.
A 1-4.
Ground ball to the pitcher. 1 out. Farsho struck out twice. Otani got him both times.
3-8.
Could be good.
Roll a 20.
All right.
It's ballpark chance.
9.
Single. You're not fired yet. 8th hit for the Jays. Clement has grounded out to third and singled.
Where's he in the batting order? Should we start with be thinking about pinch hitters?
You only have 5, a bench of 5.
Any of them any good?
Well, hold it. Helpful if I got the right. You only have a bench of 4. You have Ty France, who at 257, he can play first and a bad second. Tyler Heineman, who's your backup catcher.
Right.
Davis Schneider, who can do is left field, second base, and third, and not great at any of them. He does have power. He had 11 homers and hit 234.
Save him for now.
And Miles Straw, who is great defensively and a 262 hitter. He can play any of the outfield positions and is a 1-2 with an E rating of 2.
It's up to you, Mike. Just pointing it out there.
No,
But
this guy's 1 for 2 and a run scored.
All right, let's do it.
And I just rolled a 2-7.
and that is a single. Runners advance.
Nice.
So your bench is really short.
Yeah.
Snell still not tired. Jimenez.
One out, first and third. This is it.
6-7.
Struck him out.
Not it. This is not it.
It's 2 outs.
2 out for George Springer.
Oh, Connecticut boy, UConn.
He has grounded out, walked, and singled.
It's a 2-10.
Uh-oh. Oh, it's a clutch. He popped him up with 1 out or less. It's a base hit. But Mookie breaks Boston's heart again. We go to the 7th in a 3-3 tie. For all the talk of a lack of offense, through 6 innings, the Dodgers have 7 hits and the Jays have 9.
Just left a lot of guys on base.
Toronto's left 5. Gossman is still good, guys. Freeman
it's up
is
to Ron. It's up totally. It's your call. You're the pitching guy.
Their pen is so bad that I want to keep pitching him until he hits fatigue.
Yeah.
I mean, he's allowed 3 hits and struck out 5.
Yeah.
In 2+ innings. No. Freeman is 2 for 2.
I rolled a 4-7.
That is a strikeout.
Yes.
Remember, Gossman gave up the
back-to-back doubles.
Right.
6.
Mookie 0 for 3. Reached on an error and drove home a run in the 3rd.
Come on, Mookie. 1-8.
Oh, goodness. Too. That's the great thing about Strat. You got a great column, and then you hit the pop out to Bichette.
Right.
2 out. Bite your nails time. Here's Mac Muncy. Max is 0 for 2 with a walk.
5-5.
That will be a strikeout.
Yeah.
All right. Bottom of the 7th. 7th inning stretch. Tied at 3.
Gausman has fanned 7.
Mm.
And he's tired, so we'll pull him. But what an effort.
Yeah.
What an effort. Snell is still good.
All right.
Luke's is 1 for 2 with a run scored.
3-9.
Got him. Struck
Sit
him
down.
out. Where's Kenley Jansen when you need him? There's Vladdy, 1 for 3. They had the 2-run single off a dryer in the 5th.
6-6.
It'll be a strike him out.
Oh.
This is intense.
Yeah, it is.
Bo Bichette.
He drove that
Walked,
run.
doubled, and lined out to short.
4-12.
Ground ball to first.
Wow. That was
Roll a
nothing.
20.
17.
Roll 3d6. Freeman might make the play.
13.
Freeman makes the play. We go to the 8th. We got to bring in a new pitcher. Toronto 3, Dodgers 3.
Ron, remember what we said about the Ghost Runner?
Yeah, we got to play with that rule too.
Yeah.
Oh,
For those of you out there, the way Strat is set up, we couldn't have the Ohtani rule,
right,
and the Ghost Runner rule. So we're not playing. I mean, sorry, we are playing. No, you explain it better, Ron.
So we can't mix and match the rules. So we have to play with the 2025 rules, which means Ghost Runner.
Right.
Because Ohtani was the DH and the pitcher. If this goes extra, that runner will start on second. I'm going to go with Sir Anthony Dominguez, who went 4-4.
Oriole, one of my Orioles. Yeah.
A 3.16 ERA and 2 saves. I could maybe squish him out for 2.
Yeah, he was traded. I think he was traded at the deadline last year.
All right, because I don't want to go with Hoffman. Not in a tie game in the 8th. Yeah, Dominguez, I think, gave up. Nolan, didn't Dominguez give up one of those home runs as that lead melted away?
I think he might have. I don't remember exactly. I just remember Hoffman being really bad. That's
horrible.
Like the main memory I have of the Blue Jays bullpen.
So, by the way, guys, Dominguez is a 5 rated pitcher defensively, which is not. This is an action PC, so that's the worst. And he has a +9 hold rating, which means that I could steal off him. Hernandez is 0 for 3. Just putting that out there. A 9 is as bad as you can get. It's the opposite of Gillette, which is the best a man can get.
6-7.
6-7. And that is a ground ball to second. Roll a 20. Jimenez is a 1. So this
15.
3d6.
$11.
Oh, makes the play. Oh, I thought you were dead there for a second. You got that's what I like about this, the range, because you can see if the defender gets there, and then he has to make the play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so Jimenez makes the play. One out.
Gone. Need to hold him here.
For Tommy Edman.
All right, Tommy Edman 411. Sorry.
Ground ball to first. And if there was a runner on, it would be a double play. 410 would have been a strikeout. 2 out for Kike Hernandez, who flew out, doubled, and grounded out. Not necessarily in that order.
Yeah, give me a 3 column here, eh? Oh,
3 would be
411.
Struck him out.
Way to go, ex-Oriole. Way to go. Got to beat this kid.
All right, pitching coach says Dominguez starts the 9th. He still hasn't hit his point of weakness.
All right.
Snell, by the way, hasn't hit his point of weakness either, Nolan. So it's Barger,
keep rolling.
and Marshall. Yep.
That's my turn to roll.
Yep. Barger,
No,
1
it's
for 3.
mine, isn't it?
Yeah, you took the first inning. You're the odd. The
Yeah.
even.
Bottom 8.
Oh.
Bottom of the 8th.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Barger.
212.
Ground ball to Betts.
Just so you guys know, I rolled a triple possible double. It's not my turn, but just letting you know that's what I rolled.
So Mark rolled a 2-5. 1 out.
Yeah, 2-5. Yeah, exactly. Oh, actually, no, I didn't. I rolled a 3-5.
Oh, so it wasn't out.
No.
Okay. Captain Kirk, 1 for 3 with a double.
All right. 5-8.
Ground ball to second into 20.
5-0.
Rojas, what was that?
A 5.
All right, now the 3d6. Trouble getting there.
And a 7.
Makes the play, 2 out. Dalton Varsho. Snell is tired. Hold on. Snell is tired.
Let's see.
Point of weakness. There's a 5-5, 5-7 is point of weakness against a lefty.
Varsho's a lefty, so I'll go. This will be his last batter then.
Oh, here we go. Oh, a tired Blake Snell in Game 7. You're gonna pinch it.
No. 5-8.
Ground ball to second. Roll a 20.
15.
That's going to be a possible out.
And a 10.
They get out of it. We go to the 9th inning of Game 7 in a 3-3 tie.
And you take out those errors, and this game is over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. 3 of them.
Dominguez will stay in to face Rojas, who is 1 for 3 in the 262 hitter. So you want to leave him in.
All right, Rojas. Like I said, hero in real life.
Oh, your bench, Nolan, is Call,
right,
an outfielder, Michael Conforto, a left fielder, Kim, second base, center fielder, shortstop, Pothead, so I believe had a pinch hit home run in this World Series game, and all outfielders except for Dalton Rushing, who's your backup catcher. Okay.
Sounds good. I am going to go with Rojas. Still.
Yeah, I figured you would. It was just to let people know what your options were.
Yeah. 1-4.
Ground ball to Bichette, 1 out. You're going to pinch hit for the 55 home run Ohtani? Ohtani tonight, 1 for 4. He had that big double off it, and Barger misplayed. That made it a 2-0 or 1-0 game at the time.
Right,
they can't go Dominguez in the 3rd inning, though. They got to get it done now.
1-5.
Struck him out on his own card.
Guy stinks.
Overrated. Overrated. You go lay down. 2 out for Will Smith, who has singled twice off of Max Scherzer and then lined out, and Gausman struck him out in the 6th.
Alrighty, here we go. 6-9.
Walked him.
2-out walk.
A 2-out walk. Hold on. Let me see if it pops up because his PO. No, he's still good. Now, Smith could try and steal, but you got Freddie Freeman, who has singled twice, walked, and struck out, and has hit a walk-off grand slam in a previous World Series.
Right.
All right,
So I'm assuming. All right, you're going.
I trust Freddie.
I would.
4-6.
Walked him.
All right.
Yeah.
What are we doing about Dominguez here?
We got to pull him.
All right.
You got Mookie Betts at the plate, who's a 20 home run hitter. And he actually gets the bonus of turning, because he has a clutch hit on a 3-7 and a 3-11. Now, oh my, who the hell do we go with here? 444, 556, 437, 318, 303. He's a lefty. Rodriguez is 308. And Varland is 297. We're going to go with Louis Varland.
Mm-hmm.
We rode Dominguez as far as we could go. Varland, by the way, 4-3, a 2.97 ERA, 73 innings, 65 hits. He's walked 22, little M. 75 strikeouts and 6 homers. Don't roll a high on a 5. Anything else is there. Mookie Betts at the plate. 3-3, 2 out, top 9.
Oh my goodness, 5'11".
Fly ball to Barger.
Oh, Jesus.
Roll a 20.
15.
Makes the catch. Slides over 3d6.
All right. Here we go. 15.
That's a 2-base error.
No way.
You can't see it? You may not be able to. Yeah,
No,
2-base error. It's a 3-base. I'll read them off. It's a 3-base error on a 3. It's a 1-base error on a 4. 5 is a rare play. 6 to 13 are good. 2-base error on a 14, a 15, and a 17. A 16 is a 1-base error, and an 18 is a 3-base error.
Oh my God.
Smith scores.
Boy, Eric.
Freeman
He
stops at
really
third.
should not visit Toronto.
For Max
Second
Muncy.
error.
Second run causing error.
Wow. By an outfielder. By a good outfielder.
Yeah, -5 for an arm. Well, that's so much for that arm.
Right. Might have a good arm, but if he can't catch the ball, it doesn't really help him.
I guess. Holy God.
I'm going to send him back out there with Velcro.
And Muncie got a 410.
That is a fly ball to Varsho. Roll a 20.
Oh, boy.
He's a 1.
8.
He 3d6. Don't
Here we
roll
go.
a 16.
12.
Makes the catch. But the damage is done.
Ooh.
Wow.
We go to the bottom of the ninth of Game 7.
Brutal.
Dodgers 4, Blue Jays 3. Clement, a pinch hitter, and Springer. Snell is tired.
Yeah, I gotta go with Yamamoto, right?
Yeah, you gotta. Although he does not have a close, so he will be tired the second he puts on a base runner because of the closer rule. Just so you know.
All right. Well, I think he can.
I
He
think
can do it.
that is the wisest choice you've made all night, son.
Isn't it
100
amazing how this game can make you feel like it's actually watching the World Series?
174 innings. He allowed 113 hits. He starts tired, by the way. A 5.6 and a 6.9 are the only two that can affect it, though. He struck out 201 in 174 innings. Clement's got a bat, and you want that 1 column.
2 for 3. Yes, we do. 3-7.
Fly ball, center field, 1 out.
And then a pinch hitter, you said, Ron?
I think with a 210 hitter, yeah, you're
right.
down to run in the.
We probably want that power hitter guy, right?
Yeah, hold on, I gotta do the at bat here. Yep, I think it'll be you want Schneider, right?
I don't remember who it was, but you said
and he can actually play second. He's a 4, but he can play second. 11 homers and 188 at bats.
Let's do it. Wow, that's a lot. That's a
to
40
paraphrase Vin Scully. You talk about a roll of the dice here. Look at that card.
Yeah, me want ones. I want 3 ones right now.
There you go.
211. Hit him.
Oh.
Winning run comes to the plate.
The winning run is George Springer, who somewhere in the distance can hear the clanging of a garbage can because he was with the Astros for that World Series.
Yeah.
Remember, Yamamoto is tired, but again, his card is so good, it really doesn't matter. 5.6 and 6.9 is what you don't want.
Give me the 2 column or the 3 column.
Yeah, you don't want a 4.
No. Here we go. Springer. The 2-2 count. There's the pitch. It's a 4-8.
Struck him out. Last
2
chance
away.
saloon in Luke's. I don't think you have a better hitter. Let's hold on before you make a decision here.
I'm guessing probably not if he's batting second.
He's a better hit.
He's a 255 hitter. Don't know what his on base percent. France is a 257 hitter with 7 homers and 52 RBI. You can't see the card, right?
No.
Ty France has a good against a righty. It's not he's got hit chances on all 3, but he's
I'll let you pick it.
You don't want to because he's a W against.
All right, here we go. Man on first, 2 outs. The winning run comes to the plate in Luke's. There's the pitch. It's a 1-9.
Roll a 20. Roll a 20. Luke's gets a hold of one.
A 6.
God! It's gone! The Blue Jays have the World Series! A walk-off home run from Nathan Lukes, and Toronto celebrates like it's 1993! Touch them all, Nate! You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life! And for the second time in Blue Jays history, they win a World Series on a walk-off home run.
Wow.
And the old guys are 2-0 now.
Yeah, we got to let this kid win or he's going to stop playing.
You know what? What a baseball game.
Yeah, we could. I mean, that's how do you ask for better than that?
Team that makes 4 errors and they win. Wow. Unbelievable.
Do you want to give the stats or you want me to bring the game down?
If you can't see, I've got him up, but if you can't see him, then it won't do any good.
I can't see him. Oh, that's true. But you can still give him. Right. Okay.
What would so Varland gets the win. He went 1/3 of an inning. And he gets a win in a World Series Game 7. He'll never have to buy a beer or a steak in his hometown again. Ohtani, 4 2/3, 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He walked 2 and struck out 5. Dreyer blew the save. He didn't retire anybody. Poor Blake Snell, 3 1/3, 2 hits and 3 strikeouts. Yamamoto was the right move. You can't blame him for that. You got to go with your best pitcher in that situation. And he got split. He was 1 out away.
How many home runs did Luke hit last year?
It wasn't a fluke.
No.
It wasn't it was like 7 or 8, right? He was the better option. Fisher, 2 innings, a walk and 2 strikeouts. Gausman, 3 innings, 3 hits. The run, which we thought was done, but he struck out 7.
Yeah.
Of the 9 outs were strikeouts. Dominguez, an inning and 2/3. The run, 2 walks and 2 strikeouts, and then Varland gets the 27th out. Dodgers leave on 10. Blue Jays leave on 7. No double plays, and you survive 4 errors.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
That was a lot of fun. I mean, if you talk about an advertisement for a game, like,
there it is.
That's right there. We're 4 guys that just had an absolute blast, and obviously we love the game. We like the game Strat, but also, we got a really good game. We got a game that, it was back and forth because it wasn't just like the walk-off. It was back and forth the entire game.
Yeah.
The best commercial you can ever make for any engine is having it feel like it. And that felt like the way I felt listening to Game 7 of that World Series. You just didn't know.
Yeah.
And the Blue Jays were so close. Sorry, Nolan.
So what do you think, Nolan?
That was awesome.
You got any more thoughts? Final thoughts?
Yeah, that was great. I'm gonna get a win at some point.
You will.
I hope.
Well, the next time we have you on, he's got a friend who doesn't play Strat, but we're gonna have him teach Strat to his friend, or show him how to play, basically the PC version on the show. I think that'd be cool at some point in the future.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's never played, but he's a huge baseball fan, and he sounds pretty excited to do it. So hopefully, sometime soon we can get that going.
Our show's on a little late, but what would be really cool if we could get maybe the info from John or Adam, if they're in touch with that school that has the Strat Club. I think it'd be really fun to have like 2 of the younger kids, because those are the kids I want them in the documentary. You know what I mean? We want the young, we want Nolan in there. We want,
You can always play the game at any point.
We might do it. Oh, right. Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely.
It doesn't have to be at 9 o'clock.
No, you're absolutely right. You could start there. Yeah, no, It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's take a mental note to see if we can make that happen.
But because that would be fun, and we could do it with that. I love the fact that they're doing the Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love the fact that they're now hooked up with Barnes and Noble. My wife goes there all the time. I should see if it's there. I might not even open it, but just the fact that I haven't had a Strat card game since 1990. So
I know Turnbull has it. Do you have it?
I
have
3 copies.
Oh wow!
And I just, believe it or not, I just opened the first box because for $7 you get all the extra players.
They'll ship you if you're a first-time customer. They'll ship it to you for free, right?
It's free shipping, and it's $7 for the 320 extra cards. It's a special coupon in the box in a code, and I just ordered that. I should have it in a day or two.
Because you get 30 cards in 20, the Barnes
27 per team, and then the extra cards if you turn in the coupon.
So if you don't that's have to do as played, but you can certainly do a lot with 27 players, and if you order the extra cards, you can come close to as played.
Right. Yeah.
The computer is everybody.
Yeah.
Well, hey everybody. First of all, I want to thank Adam Richman. We want to thank Adam Richman and John Garcia for being so gracious with their time and really kind of opening us up to the world of Strat, past, present, and even most importantly, future. So that was really great. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, like all the smash all the buttons, as they say, or whatever. Go to listen to our podcast. We take the interview portion of our live stream and we put it in podcast form. And yeah, if you're watching, you're like, well, why the hell do I want to watch that? Listen to that because I just saw it. But we have bonus content that is podcast only. So it's usually the last 20, 25 minutes of the episode is either me and Ron or me, Ron and John. Michael, I know you haven't been able to make it because of when we tape it, but we'll try to figure out a way to make that happen. Sign up for our pre-launch list for the documentary, which is growing and growing and growing. Just go to boxscorefilm.com. You'll see the pre-launch list. Also, next week, we'll be showing more footage from the documentary that I put together. In fact, I didn't get a chance to do it today, but tomorrow I'm going to record a video of me editing like a 2 to 2.5 minute clip to show you the process and how I make it happen and all the decisions that are made. Some of you might be bored as fuck by that, but others of you might actually think that's kind of interesting. So it'll be there for you if you want to see it. Other than that, final thoughts, guys?
That was great. That was great.
Fun game.
Yeah.
All right. I want to say thank you to Nolan. Obviously, I don't have to say thank you to you guys because you guys are the team. Really appreciate the support you guys have all given us as our channel continues to grow. And we'll see you all really soon. Take care.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Good night.